Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. This is the Junior Hockey Morning Show. Today is Wednesday, March 8th, 2023. A little bit of a late night last night. I was taking some folks back to the airport at 3:45 this morning. Got home, got a little nap, got the show prep done, and bang, here we are. It's a new day. I should have had the Leafs at Jersey score from last night. I did not put that in my notes. Have no idea what the score is. Tommy, dig that one up, please. Going to be an interesting day today. We were talking before the show started about getting your feedback on this 4-day format with the North American Hockey League. I want to know what you're thinking. If you like this, I think we'll do something different later on for next year probably, but for now it seems to be working. We're getting deeper into the playoff season. This is going to be coming up upon us, so this is a good format, I think, for now, but I want to get your thoughts, so please hit the comments. Let us know what you think. So today we're talking about the NAHL Midwest Division. You've got to keep them separated. Remember that song? Leafs won 4-3. God, thank you. It's a miracle. 4-3 over Jersey, in Jersey. That's a good sign. Cheers to the Leafs. It's going to be a good day. That's the theme this week for the NAHL Midwest Division. While division-leading Wisconsin is keeping their foot on the hammer, playing really good hockey right now, Springfield appears to have gone deep into next season mode. We'll get into all that momentarily. Let's start with the Wisconsin Wendigo. I still can't get over that name, Tommy. Wendigo. Sounds like something that happens after a lot of beans. 30, 15, 1-2, 656 win percentage. Blake Hileta's Wendigo are the hottest team in the North American Hockey League with a 9-0-1 record in the last 10 games after the road sweep at Springfield. This weekend's set of games at Janesville presents yet another opportunity for Wisconsin's newest team to deliver a dominant message. Can this group keep the momentum going through the playoffs? That remains to be seen, but so far, very impressive. You know, for a long time, I thought Chris Hedlund was one of the issues in Kenai River. He's done a pretty good job with this Wisconsin team, hasn't he? I mean, it's not the same gong show that was in Kenai, which only proves the point that the problem in Kenai is all Nate Keel. Common denominator in all the baloney in all these years has been Nate Keel. Chris Hedlund, I'm sorry, man. I feel bad for dissing you so much over the years. I was wrong. That's hard for me to say, that I was wrong. It's an emotional moment for me. One of those rare times in history. Minnesota Wilderness, speaking of being wrong, 26-15, 3-4, 5-15 win percentage. Brett Skinner and the Wilderness did a nasty little number on the Brown Bears in the first weekend of their trip to Alaska. Getting back-to-back 4-1 wins at Kenai River was impressive. Can I do the same thing this week in Anchorage? We're going to see. You got to be happy with the job that Brett Skinner has done. I don't know if he's going to be another one in out. Can probably go back to the USHL next year after the job he's done this year in Cloquet. Same thing with Blake Hileta. He's done a hell of a job in Wisconsin. He might be gone one and done. I don't know if Skinner can continue to deal with the monster in the room that is Dave Boyce. But he's persevered so far. This late season kind of mediocre issue they're going through right now. I think they can skate through that and they can keep Dave out of the room. What I'm hearing is Dave can't stay out of the room. He cannot stay away from this team. He's got to be in there. He's got to be in the mix. He's got to be relevant. Dave, if you're watching this, whenever you call somebody else in the North American Hockey League, coaches cringe. They do not want to talk to you. Clearly, you're not getting the hint. When you walk out to a pile of coaches in Blaine, what happens? They scatter like mice. They don't want to be seen with you. They don't want to talk to you. Get the hint, dude. Go away. Go sell used cars. Fairbanks Ice Dogs, 26-19, 5-0, 570 win percentage. Dave Allison's Ice Dogs took 2 on the chin at Anchorage over the weekend and get to face that other Alaska team this week when Kenai River visits the Big Dipper. Last time Kenai was at the Dipper, lost both games. Broke that long streak of not winning a series that Fairbanks had for such a long time. Maybe that's a return on the investment Prof has in the Brown Bears. Word out of far north Alaska is that Fairbanks faithful are less than impressed with Allison or his ability to lead this hockey team. Let's face it, the last frontier was not a destination on the coach's radar when he went 2-22-3 as the bench boss of the Ottawa Senators back in 1995. Let's be realistic. This guy is a big step backwards after the excellent performances of Rob Profit, Josh Hauge, and Trevor Stewart. Yeah, I can imagine going to Fairbanks when you're on the bench in the National Hockey League, probably the last thing you ever think you're going to do. And I wonder how many times when it's minus 45 in Fairbanks, he's getting out of his car to walk into the Dipper, he's thinking to himself, what the hell am I doing here? I've had that moment in Fairbanks. It's cold up there. Really cold. Crazy. Kenai River Brown Bears, 25-22, 1-0, 530 win percentage. Taylor Shaw's Brown Bears dug themselves into a bit of a hole after getting swept at home by the Wilderness. Kenai River is now in a 4th place lock with Anchorage with 2 more games played heading up to Fairbanks this weekend. Will the Brown Bears wake up again, or should we expect another dip into the sub-500 pool? Kenai's in trouble. They don't find some kind of success at Fairbanks this weekend, they got an uphill battle to run up against to get into the playoffs. We could see all 3 Alaska teams in the playoffs. One of the teams in the playoffs. Something's going to give. There's a log jam here. Speaking of Anchorage, Wolverines are 23-18, 601, 552 win percentage. Evan Trupp and the Wolverines have wins in the last 5 games at Ben Boeke Ice Arena in Anchorage after the weekend home sweep of Fairbanks. The Wilderness skate into Anchorage this week, 6 points ahead of the Wilderness in the division standings. Can the good guys close that gap this weekend in an effort to secure home ice in the first round of the playoffs? Anchorage is in the middle of a 12-game homestand. 12 games late in the season before the playoffs. People get kind of mad at Ty Binkley for setting the schedule up. They had a lot of road games early on, but she made it look like a genius in this one because all these home games at the end, and now the Wolverines are hot. That's a bad combination for the rest of the division. I think Wisconsin's safe, but Anchorage could fight themselves into 2nd place. We'll see how serious they are about that this weekend. Janesville Jets, 21-25-4. Joe Dibble and the Jets are on a 0-4-1-0 slide after getting clipped in 2 straight games at Chippewa. Janesville has every intention of ending that nonsense and cooling off the Wendigo at the same time when Wisconsin visits this weekend. The Jets are only 2 points out of fourth place, further muddying the waters of the playoff picture. Look it. What do you kick that for? You're not a nice person, Tommy. Jets have a choice. They have to have success this weekend. If the Wendigo come in and get a sweep and the Jets go down again, they may find themselves too far out to get back in. It's not a good time for that to happen. Jets have been rocking in practice this week, playing very good hockey. They seem motivated. They're back home. Let's see what happens. This could be a good trip, a good weekend for the Janesville to get back into it. All it takes is a couple wins. A sweep of Wisconsin will make a big mess in the Midwest Division. Springfield Junior Blues, 21-25, 1-0. The Blues appear to be mailing it in and making golf plans after getting swept at home by Wisconsin. That's okay. We kind of saw this coming with the awkwardly timed coaching announcement that's put this group into a strange funk. Chippewa could easily end the Blues' playoff hopes this weekend when they visit the Nelson Center. If the Steel falter, that 5-game roadie to Fairbanks and Anchorage will certainly do the trick. Yeah, they're done. I don't know what they were thinking. Of course, that Dan Ferguson owner doesn't think very much about anything other than maybe, I'm not going to say that. Let me have a sip of my coffee before I continue because I don't want to get in trouble again. The coaching change announcement was unnecessary. All it has done is create a disaster in the locker room. Guys don't know who they're looking at. Guys don't know who they're trying to impress. We used to have a good guy, bad guy deal going on in the locker room. Coaches was a hard one. Assistant coach was the easy one. That's how it kind of works most of the time. But in this situation, now they got bad cop, bad cop. And no one's taking responsibility for what's happening. And the kids are saying, forget this. We're not going to make the playoffs anyway, so what's the point? When you get to a situation or this point in the season and you go to the what's the point card, you go to, hey, I'm going to go golfing at North Carolina card. That's a bad sign for a team. And, you know, it is March 8th, right? So we're kind of expecting some teams to start falling by the wayside. Is Springfield the next one? In this division, it'd be the first one. We got through that. 13 minutes, not bad. So, any comments, Tommy? Tommy is going to click on the Facebook page and go see what you guys are saying or not saying or thinking or not thinking. But we'll read that. We'll answer in that part of the group. But until tomorrow, hope that you enjoy your coffee and have a